Shalom. Today we're going to take a look at Henry Ford a little bit more in detail. Now, Henry Ford, who was the father of the assembly line, truly helped America become industrialized in terms of people getting affordable automobiles. Nonetheless, was a very obstinate person, which actually plays itself economically in his business later on, and was a very, very virulent anti-Semite. He believed that Jews controlled the world. He was a man of strong opinion, and he very much hated things such as short skirts on women, jazz music, and he blamed the Jews for them. Pretty much everything bad in the world, Henry Ford blamed the Jews. And this was part of his motivation to publish the Protocols of the Elders of Zion in his newspaper. In 1927, he actually gets sued by somebody, by a Jewish lawyer, and to avoid going to court, he finally settles, he stops the publication, and he releases a half-hearted apology for his anti-Semitic views. Historians debate till this day how sincere that apology was, especially because as World War II approaches, he seems to have returned to some of his anti-Semitic views. And because of Henry Ford's place in society, his financial control of the Ford Motor Company and controlling the various newspapers that he published, his anti-Semitic views were considered very dangerous and sadly very influential. Likewise, during this time, the hero, Charles Lindbergh, first man to cross the Atlantic in a non-stop flight, in the 1930s becomes very well known as an anti-Semite, gives a speech in 1941 about America First, where he attacks England, Roosevelt, that was president of the United States then, and Jews as controlling the world. Oddly enough, he gives this famous speech, Charles Lindbergh, on September 11th, 1941. So apparently the date 9/11 is destined for bad things to happen. Also, we should take a look at even someone as the president of the United States, President Roosevelt, harbored anti-Semitic views. And he felt Jews do control parts of the world. He didn't want to have too many Jews in America or controlling the industry. So even FDR harbored certain anti-Semitic views. You could make the argument that some of FDR's views were similar to other people of his social status at the time. However, FDR was president of the United States, and seemingly some of his anti-Semitic views influenced his policies and his decisions, and therefore, although historians debate how much FDR could have done in World War II to save the Jews, at the very least, he could have done more than he did. And perhaps some of his decisions not to do more than he did may have been influenced by his personal animus towards Jews, his own anti-Semitism.